Yo, 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 welcome to the Crypto Show. This show is a secret show. This is basically a secret show that nobody's watching this channel. I don't know, there's probably a bunch of different things you got to go to get people to watch your channel and stuff like that and develop a following. Plus, you got to make a really cool show. So, this isn't a really cool show. This is just a show that I'm making about crypto that I think could tell you kind of what's going on with crypto right now and why I think it's going to maybe, I don't know, in the $400,000 range, maybe a little above, maybe a little under, and not maybe even 100,000. So that's kind of the point of the show, and I'm just going to briefly just talk about what I'm at. You see the Bitcoin Cash logo right here. So the reason I'm supporting Bitcoin Cash is because of Roger Ver. Roger Ver, the owner of Bitcoin.com, he bought the Bitcoin.com domain and invested in numerous projects. You can go to Bitcoin.com. You can go to RogerVer.com. So that's explaining why I am so bullish on Bitcoin Cash. This isn't a video to try to sell you on Bitcoin Cash. In fact, I'll probably only mention it a little bit of times, maybe on this show or whatever this is. But I watch, a lot of people on YouTube about, crypto and stuff like that. And I enjoy watching a lot of those videos. So this show's for you guys. This is Bitcoin.com. Roger Ver bought this website. There's Bitcoin Cash. There's Bitcoin, $57,054, $540 for Bitcoin Cash. So I'm stoked about this show because it doesn't really have a point. The point is just basically to just tell you what I think I've seen in similarity and commonality, data points about certain altcoins and stuff like that. But more, not to get too so excited on that, but more to kind of hyper focus on just something I've noticed here. So there's no data past 2016. The Genesis block, which was the first Bitcoin block, was mined back in 2009. Okay, from Satoshi's computer and a handful of other computers that mined Bitcoin from that point on. You can read about that all on Bitcoin.99 Bitcoins. It's a great website, but I don't want to sell anybody anything. Do that on your own. This is basically just prices of Bitcoin at, here goes Yahoo. So there's no prices past 2015. There used to be. You can go look on my Twitter at Frosty_unfroze, and I have screenshots of Bitcoin's price past 2009. So this is looking at it as a log graph, which is better to look at it than a linear graph. If you remember calculus, the log graph is a little bit more it's a little bit more easy to analyze data on. So this data is really skewed, guys. It's hard to find a graph of Bitcoin past 2015, 2014. I find this extremely odd. That you might say, well, who cares? Well, it's a big deal because it was available information just a few months ago. I wish I had some of my older videos on here. Oh, let's see, Bitcoin graph from the beginning. So there we go. So Bitcoin price graph from the beginning. That's probably the best way to search it. So let's see if we can find one. Gemini probably has one. Actually, that was better back there. Gemini. So Gemini. We'll see if Gemini's is accurate. Hopefully the Winklevoss twins are being pretty fair with us at this point, considering they have a lot of money invested in this. And if not, I have a Bitcoin graph right here on Bitcoin or 99bitcoins.com. So either way, we're going to pull up a graph. I'm just going to show you guys why Bitcoin's going to 400K. It's going to 400K or a lot higher than 100K, like people think is like a mental support level to, either buy it or sell it, I guess. It's going way past that, guys, and I'm going to tell you why. The computer kind of loads kind of slow with this screen recording, which kind of sucks. Prices for Bitcoin. This is an unscripted show, guys. It's just to kind of show you, why I'm bullish on certain things and why I, think prices could move a lot higher, and I should have had all this stuff kind of planned out, but I'm just going off the whim here, guys. So this 99 Bitcoin site is really good. I mean, I really can't stress to you enough. What is this? Okay, I'm not planning this, guys. I didn't mean to waste a minute here, but what the heck, Bitcoin? Where is the graph? Where is the freaking graph? Oh my God! See, the same shit. Look at this. Why is it only showing me a year? Why isn't there something with max over here? It's so dumb. You know why, guys? Because people get on this and they don't know what the fuck they're buying. Oops. They don't know what they're buying, and they just look at this and they just start buying it. So I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to go back to this site, and this isn't going to be a really good graph, but go and find one. Let me know where the graph is for Bitcoin, where I can find it, a lot farther back, like here. Like this goes all the way back to 2009, probably. Does it? Okay, so 2010. Okay, we're making a little progress here. That's when the first transaction started being recorded on Bitcoin, rather than it just being mined from various computers for like computer hacker type people that were kind of into this stuff way back. But all right, so this is the important part. This is what the video is about. So this is the price action from 2017. This was the bull run that I got into Bitcoin when I started hearing about it, kind of around here, right around here. Yeah, Bitcoin was at like 5. Yeah. So 35, right here. So I lost money, guys, on this thing, but I recouped way times over on that money already. On not only this investment, but on just pulling out money as profits, and it really wasn't that much. I just kind of luckily lucked out and did lose money, but I also gained enough money where I pretty much kind of broke even at this bull run. But here we are now. We're way up here near 60K. So go figure. So what I'm trying to. All right, let me focus here. I'm gonna zoom in here. Watch this. And again, most of those graphs that we talked about, Yahoo Finance, Google.com, they all do not show price action that far back. You can go look for Yahoo Finance. Find the best graph for me, and please just post it on my channel or whatever. Send me a message. Find the best graph. That's what this video should be called. Finally, a point to this video. All right, so this is January 2012 when Bitcoin was trading at $5 in the $5 range. Okay, that year after, Bitcoin hit over $1,000 from $5. Do you understand how much of a gain that is? Yes, that is a huge gain. That is like massive gains. Okay, so it also hit around $100, which was massive gains as well. I mean, if you're going from $5 to $100, that is huge. That is a massive gain. If you're going from even $100 to $1,000, it's a more massive gain. It's huge. Okay, it's a massive gain. You can't discredit that amount of a gain. Okay, that was just in 2014. Okay, so let's go back to when Bitcoin kind of started being mined and used, and some transaction actually got recorded on the blockchain. All right, so under $1 up to almost $50, $25. Got hacked. So yeah, that was when it got hacked. So you can read about all this stuff, which too is really the point of going to 99bitcoins.com. But I'm just trying to quickly point out that there's data missing on one of the most best performing assets of this year alone, and it's even missing on Gemini, which come on guys, let's get another tab there that says all so people really can see this beast. This is a beast, guys. I mean, this really is a beast, and that should motivate you. And this is the log graph, and the log graph looks completely different. So really important information, guys. I mean, like, this is like probably the most important information you can actually get, and why this will play out the way it does. Because as you see here at 99bitcoins.com, the history of Bitcoin, you can see the different points. See, that's why I like this, is because you can click on this and it'll tell you exactly what happens for that date. So this was what happened. So this was Silk Road was after this. Mt. Gox was the huge biggest Bitcoin exchange that got hacked ever. So those Bitcoins just got lost forever. And I think they're actually starting to pay people back on some of those Bitcoins. Because they were able to retrieve some information or something like that. I think people have actually been starting to get their money back on that. But it's just the history of Bitcoin. So this is the log graph, which was what I'm looking at on Yahoo. I just have it set to log rather than linear because linear is just not a clear indication of, really what's going on here. So look at this. This is insane, guys. And this is really why, Bitcoin is on its way to maybe it's going over 100 grand. And I don't mean just a little bit. It's going to go over 100 grand. I think it could maybe even be in the short term. So this isn't really current. Another issue. Sorry about that, guys. Another issue. It's we can just look at this one, I guess. This one's just as good because this is one of those graphs that will show kind of where it's going. You might recognize this function from calculus class. I think it was what is it, ln squared maybe, or something like that. I don't remember. It's been a while. But all right, so look at that graph, guys. I mean, seriously, guys, this is huge. I mean, look at what this thing is, how this thing has been performing since 2009, and it's not just been performing like this in the short term. It's been performing like this in a long term, and it's really big, guys. This is a really important thing to just look at and kind of study. This one's even outdated too. This is 2018, and that's when a lot of these graphs started disappearing, and I don't know why, guys. I'm reaching out here and trying to get some answers, man. Does anybody know the reason why these graphs are gone? I mean, why are these not online? Why can't I easily go on and find a Bitcoin graph and just look at it in a log graph and zoom out and look at different entry points, kind of what's going on here? It does not exist. It does not exist. It's not a conspiracy theory. I'm not trying to act like one of those conspiracy theory people. But please go out and find me. And I know there's, I think, one on, I think maybe it's Bitstamp. Maybe I'll pull that one up. I think it was Bitstamp that has it from 2012 or something like that. So it's a little bit farther back. So, I mean, it's a little bit more fair. But to be really fair here, it's just not online anywhere. I don't know why. But like I said, you can click on these little data points and figure out why there's huge spikes and stuff like this. This was the Cypress Bailout. This one's probably worth reading if you haven't ever heard about what happened in 2013 in March. So that one might be worth looking at because, I mean, this is a huge run up right here, and this bailout is right here. So it's just some kind of, there's these different patterns with different financial systems, and you can call Bitcoin a financial system if you want. It's a system of users like me and you that are, advocating peer-to-peer electronic cash for the entire world without banks or intermediaries. So, this is why we think this stuff is going to the moon. As people say, it's going to the moon. Let me see if I can pull up Bitcoin here. So I want to be able to zoom in a little bit and at least give you some actual. And this isn't I didn't sit down and spend more than 5-10 minutes thinking about doing this show. So again, this is me logging on my computer and maybe ooh, Bitcoin just hit 58K. Ooh, milestone, guys. It's a milestone. But oh man, more problems. Oof. Sorry, guys. But yeah, so maybe I got too much stuff running for this computer. It's a Huawei computer. I thought it might be a good computer, but it looks like we're freezing up a little bit. Here we go. Sounds like it's overheating. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Bitstamp, 2012. Look at this. Is there a way to make this thing larger, or full screen or something like that? That's what I'm talking about, guys. This is so easy. I mean, I could go to I could go to my Fidelity and just look at it, or and zoom in and really get a clear view of how it's performing. But maybe I'll do that with another little tool here that I got that I can show you a little bit data without freezing up. Sorry about that, guys. Can't stress that enough. It's kind of annoying. Let's see here. 495,000% up. My God, in the last all year since 2012, it's actually way more than that. If you go back and you look since 2009, so that's probably why they don't want to put it on there. So yeah, this is another good log graph of Bitcoin. And it kind of shows, let's see, 2021, just a loose guess here. We're going to be at 100 grand here probably by March for it to just fall right on. Here's the date, 7/16. So by 7/16, we should probably be straight on 100 grand. We'll be wobbling a little bit, but And at this point, see, the most interesting part here, and I know this graph is kind of blurry or whatever because it's just zoomed in, but it's just basic graph here that Bitcoin's been performing at relative to 2009. So just on this trajectory, by the way that the log graph looks, just this indication right here, just this major indication right here to this now going to be, I mean, it really could go a lot higher, guys. I can't stress that enough. It can really go a lot higher with these moves that we've been making, just because this one stopped in 2018 and we already know where we're at now. So this thing initially shrinks and kind of follows the trajectory of this, what is it, ln squared or whatever graph, or I don't know what this graph is. Doesn't matter. Um, yeah, so it's pretty huge, guys. This is a big price movement that we've experienced that just kind of confirms this graph here. This is so lame. Gemini, lame. Not buying any crypto from you guys. All right, so yeah, that is just awesome. This log graph of Bitcoin. Oh, I guess there's not going to be a way for me to zoom in, is there? You have to have the freaking account to zoom in. This is lame. This is not how I wanted this video to go. But so like I said, you could go back and read these, but really what's interesting here is the price consolidations after these huge jumps. Okay, so you're looking at like 20x. You're looking at what is this, $200. So you're looking at over. Oh man, you're looking at 1,000% gains here, guys. This is huge. You're looking at 1,000% gains. Okay, so this is huge. So if Bitcoin were to go, I'm just doing a little math here, guys. Give me a second here. Yeah. So Bitcoin, literally, if it just did these gains right here, we could be well over 200 grand. I mean, that's insane, guys. Well over 200 grand. So all you got to do is add some zeros to these guys. It's simple. It's the same pattern that Bitcoin has been doing for its existence since the halvings, because the halvings are what create this shift in the way that the money is performing, and it just performing in the overall, you know, economic, you know, facet of our government. I mean, it's really huge, guys. I mean, this is really connected here. This is the type of gains where 200,000, 250, 300, close to 400,000, maybe a little above it, are attainable in the short term. I'm not talking about like, oh, Bitcoin's going to go to $1 million, or Bitcoin's going to go to $500,000 in a couple years, or giving this date to it. I'm talking about in the short term, Bitcoin could go to 400K. I can't stress this enough, guys. This is a big deal. So look at this website. Do your own research on it, on your own with this website, because there's no sense in me just reading what I have not read everything on this website. I've read a good bit of it on this website, but I have not read every single thing because there are so many static events that have come out of nowhere. Go to this site. Go to World Coin Index. This is a great website for you to be able to um, change things around a little bit. Look how things are performing against Ether and Bitcoin and stuff like that. It's a lot better than having to manually search it and manually having to go through the steps here. So this Bitcoin Cash is going to move up in the rankings very soon. Ripple's moving up. Cardano is kind of where it should be, I feel like. EOS is going right back to the top, guys. EOS is going to be a top 24-hour volume maker. in the short term. EOS, I don't own any EOS. I am not trying to get you to buy EOS. That is not my point. It's at $4. It's going to 25. It's going up here. It's going probably in the top 5 where it should be. Yeah, so Binance Coin, I'm glad it raised. But these coins, Chili's, Chromia, Theta Fuel, Pay Protocol, a lot of people are following this Polkadot one right now. I don't know, it might stick around. Theta Cash, Chainlink, a lot of people are talking about it too. Uniswap, a lot of people are talking about it. But really, Uniswap is just like it's like waves. It's basically just like waves. I mean, if you go back and you look at Waves token, Uniswap, I mean, I don't know if they're just a source code copy of Waves, but I've seen some videos on Uniswap, and it's just like Waves from what I've seen. I mean, there's nothing really different about it. Zcash, these are all moving to the top. NIM, this one's going to the top too. I keep talking about NIM, Zcash. They're going. I had a video where Zcash was $25. It's the biggest buy ever. Dash, it's going to over 1,000. It's going to maybe 2,000, 3,000. Neo, it's going back over 300. It's going to go to maybe 400 or 500 this run. Stellar Lumens, it's going to soar too. Dogecoin's already done a lot of damage. It might hang out. It might follow Bitcoin to the top, but I think it's pretty much done pumping, at least for now. I didn't mean to click on Uniswap here, but this will be the little Bitcoin Cash tip that I preach to you right now. So if you look at Bitcoin Cash, which is the fork of Bitcoin, you go back and read about that fork of Bitcoin back in, I think it's August of 2017. You'll see a fork of Bitcoin where we increased the block size, guys. We made it a more usable peer-to-peer electronic cash. And Bitcoin, for right now, has just been kind of following, Bitcoin Cash has been kind of just following Bitcoins like the altcoins did in the past. And did I lose this website? I might have. Where are you? Damn, I need a new computer. New computer. This computer is slow. So I think that coin's going to like 400K. I think that's a really reasonable place to put it. But I want to show you just this one little thing before I end the video. A very cool little tool. Alright. Bitcoin Cash. Here we go. A lot of people don't like Roger Ver. A lot of people don't like Bitcoin Cash, but there's a lot of people that do. I like Roger Ver. I think he's one of the most characters that has been in crypto and like dedicated his life to crypto more than everybody. I mean, if there's anybody that has dedicated himself more about crypto and trying to keep an open, transparent way of why this stuff was created in the first place, it is Mr. Roger Ver, guys. It's no joke. I mean, if you follow crypto for any amount of time, you either know who he is and for some reason don't like him, maybe because he, got in before they did and, saw the potential of this stuff and kind of started building out some of the infrastructure. But either way, this guy is running stuff. So, I really support this coin, not only because of the fact that he created it, just because of the fact that he's still in it. He hasn't gone anywhere. He's still in crypto. He's still trying to get people to understand what crypto is all about. This computer is so slow. And this wasn't, I didn't think this was a bad computer, Maybe don't listen to me. Just kidding here. Bitcoin. So I'm setting the price as Bitcoin and Ethereum rather than all these fiat currencies right down here. All these fiat currencies, the Japanese yen, the euro, Canadian dollar, the Hong Kong dollar, the Turkish lira, all these coins right here, USD, there we are. So, man, I should have had all this stuff pulled up, guys. I am sorry. This could have been a way shorter video. Oh, man. All right, I'm looking up here. Crypto, Bitcoin's over 58,000 right now. It's a little up percentage on the dollar. It's a little up percentage on the yen, the yuan, the yuan. So Bitcoin Cash. I'm just going to zoom out here, and I recommend look at some of these other big performing altcoins like Neo, NIM. NIM is a really good one to look at the same Bitcoin price action right here compared to Bitcoin. NIM to Bitcoin, NIM to Ether. NIM, buy some NIM. It'll get you caught up here, and you'll be able to really enjoy some of the fruitful experiences of crypto. I need to buy some NIM, but I got so much crap going on, guys. I really am swamped right now with just other stuff other than crypto. But I'm still trying to make this video. So a lot of people say, oh, well, Bitcoin Cash has been performing really bad against Bitcoin. I understand that. Yeah, it's been performing really bad if that's how you look at it and that's how you zoom out. But what I'm trying to get you guys to see, if you're watching this video, is that Bitcoin Cash has the most potential in terms of an upside swing in crypto right now. It is a sleeping giant because of the fact that it's built for peer-to-peer electronic cash. The infrastructure is already there. There's already ways for people to onboard retail use and from a private. If you just want to do private transactions, among other people, it is the most built out, scalable crypto for a peer-to-peer electronic cash that you will hear of. It has all the properties that Bitcoin originally had, but it has much more scalability and much more user-friendly aspects to it than currently stand with Bitcoin, and that's why it has the most upward potential. But not only the graph, too, if you look at this graph, you start seeing these huge spikes right here, and these massive spikes, these massive dumps of whales dumping Bitcoin Cash. There's people buying it. Jihan Wu bought a lot of Bitcoin Cash. A lot of big name people own Bitcoin Cash. Gemini, they own a lot of Bitcoin Cash. The twins. So this is a beast, guys, and I think Bitcoin Cash really in the next, short term and long term is really going to be a good performer in terms of the crypto market because it actually gives people an access to, a means of exchange. It provides liquidity. It's already there. The tokens are being mined. Roger Ver has mining going. There's other mining companies that are mining Bitcoin Cash. So, the mining infrastructure is there. It's better in a lot of ways. I also own Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, which actually is a fork of Bitcoin Cash. And I don't need to go into the story and all that stuff behind that. You can go, like I said, to 99bitcoins.com and you can actually read up on this stuff on your own. But BSV, Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, you can just be like, oh, well, that's just some coin of, it's just one of those knockoffs of Bitcoin. Well, it's a little more complicated than that, and it actually does have a lot more. And if somebody says that or you're thinking that in your head, you probably need to do maybe a little more research on it before you say those things. Because my intentions with Bitcoin Cash, is why I own a lot, is because I potentially think in the future it's going to be worth a lot more. I'll just go ahead and just prove that to you right now how bullish I am on Bitcoin Cash. I also am bullish on Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, even though they're total polar opposites of each other. The only reason I am diversified in my portfolio like this is because their communities itself that exist among the community members that are involved in Bitcoin Cash, like myself, and Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. There is a reason I'm involved in these two projects. Not just because of the simple fact that they're trying to do Bitcoin better, but because the community behind it actually wants peer-to-peer electronic cash for the world, without government, without banks. The dude from MicroStrategy, the one that has popped the dot-com bubble, the same company, MicroStrategy, who is coined for popping the dot-com bubble, and that will drive a lot of people away from crypto, is the kind of what Bitcoin is becoming. Wall Street's trying to take it over. Companies are trying to take it over. They like it because they know there's money value there and digital wealth there. But at the same time, you have to realize that Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, they are all, and I have some Bitcoin too. This is just my Robinhood account for trading. So I have the Grayscale holding trust. Third party custodial people holding crypto, whatever. I plan on using these two currencies when MasterCard gets going. I'm on the waiting list for Coinbase. I am on the waiting list for Monaco for the United States for their Visa debit card that was available in other countries years ago. Monaco has been available in other countries years ago. I've seen people pay it at a restaurant with um, the Monaco debit card. And you can look at that Monaco CRO token, MCO. They have two tokens, but all that infrastructure is already there. My point is the actual user case for crypto is peer-to-peer electronic cash for the internet or the entire world. Everything is on the internet, right? So it's for the entire world. That's what we're looking at with Bitcoin Cash. That's what we're looking at with BSV. And there are exchanges holding large amounts of this. This is just in terms of how many Bitcoins traded on the hour, last 24 hours. So over 2,000 Bitcoins traded Bitcoin Cash, either people trading it, sending it to their exchange, or them trading it back and forth using high frequency trading programs and stuff like that to trade it. Either way, there's the volume. You can look at it at CoinMarketCap. You can look at it anywhere. The volumes are a little manipulated and skewed because crypto is a little manipulated and skewed because a lot of these exchanges, I'm not going to name any certain names, are crap. They are literally scams, and they hold a lot of Bitcoin. I'm not going to point to any of these. I'm not going to say any specific ones. They are scams, and they are going to probably screw you out of crypto if you don't do your research on the right one. And I'm telling you this because I have lost money from exchanges, and again, I'm not going to disclose which ones. Do your research. That's how you become a good investor. You find something that you're maybe interested in. You buy a little bit. You win or lose a little bit, and whether you stay and buy more is up to how much you do your research. Anything else? Anything other tips I can give that I think will really catch people up on what's going on? But yeah, definitely look at the log graphs. Really important, and some of these historical dates. And again, you'll have to zoom in to see these dates because, as we know, as with Bitcoin, that 2017 rally at some point in time will just be a little ripple in the whole big picture. See my point, guys? With that little, these little spots, these will just be ripples in the big idea of this crazy user-to-user pure electronic cash Bitcoin. It's got huge potential. I mean, again, guys, we're going places with this stuff. This stuff has been moving for a long time. I wish I could have gotten in like way back here and just been involved in crypto when it was just getting going, because I would have loved to own more Bitcoin. I would love to own more Dash, Litecoin, Zcash. I mean, there's been cryptos around for Feathercoin being mined for quite a while, guys, and we've been kind of sitting out, missing out on all this stuff. Why, people were really buying this stuff right. Look how big this is, guys. This is huge. It's going to keep getting bigger. I mean, remember when we thought this right here was it, guys? This is when banks and Matt Diamond from JP Morgan was saying, oh, crypto's going to zero. Well, JP Morgan's now buying crypto, and it's way up here at 60K. So I think this thing has a lot higher to climb, guys. I don't think Bitcoin's going anywhere. I don't want you to think because I disclosed my portfolio, that I don't like Bitcoin, or I'm not like against Bitcoin. I like Bitcoin. I've owned Bitcoin in the past. I may or may not own Bitcoin in the future. So don't. I got skin in the game, guys. I mean, I'm propping up Bitcoin's price too with some of these altcoin buys, whether you know it or not. So buy what you want. I'm just letting you know that this is the big picture going on, and it's a lot different than what you're going to hear about with MicroStrategy and Elon Musk and all these people that are getting in on Bitcoin now or whatever. Because Fidelity has been mining Bitcoin. Fidelity, who I use as my brokerage, has been mining Bitcoin since like back here, like 2015, 16, I believe, and you can find that information out. It still exists online. But this is from reputable news. This isn't from a little data feed or a little marketing scheme that I clicked on at the bottom of the screen. This is through like the actual Fidelity website. Fidelity Digital Assets. They have a website called FidelityDigitalAssets.com, where they have like private invitations for people with large holdings to kind of get in on crypto. That's been around for over a year. You can look it up yourself. Fidelity, I can't buy it on my Fidelity account, but if I had several million or maybe even billions of dollars on their account, who knows? I might be able to buy crypto with them. But yeah, so another thing worth exploring is some of the Grayscale holding trusts. And I like to show you some of my positions here in those. It's ticker ETCG, ETHE. It's Ethereum, and some of these already went through a 4-for-1 split, or I think 5-for-1 split on some of them. So just be careful, with that too. I know it's a bullish indicator, but let's let's see kind of where we're at here with the crypto prices, considering these follow the spot price. You know what I mean? So I got a lot of Ethereum Classic Grayscale, and I got skin in the game, guys. I have like 20,000 in this account alone, and it's been going up to 30,000. I'm over 337% up. So it's not crazy for me to assume that that let's see what I got here. I'm just kind of one of those people, that wants to show kind of. See, I'm down $555. So you guys do the math on that. I got 21,000 in here, guys. It's not a lot of money, but it just shows you kind of where my portfolio is, because I want you guys to be able to see. I want you to be able to kind of figure out where my positions are and stuff like that. So there they are. A lot of positions. I'll just I'll show you on this one. This one is I bought most of this at like 9. So I'm up like 50-60%, I think, total. Yeah, 45%. Yeah, so 45% up on this one alone, and I have my net right there. But either way, guys, crypto is here to stay. It's not going somewhere. So these are just some of my positions, and why I have some of these positions, and I'm so bullish about them is because of the stuff I just showed you. A lot of stuff going on. I just want to show you guys some of these, because I want you to be able to get the gains that's going to excite you to keep you around. I don't want you guys to lose money on some of these higher price projects that are not going to go anywhere anytime soon, because they could go somewhere. I mean, yes, theoretically they could move very quickly and go up really fast, but a lot of these exchanges hold majorities of these holdings, and it's difficult to tell kind of where the volume's really at. So it's a little more it's a little more transparent in some ways and a little difficult in others if you're trading just on price. I guess is what I'm trying to say. If you're just trying to think of this as a money in and exit out of money, it's different than thinking about it as if you were to really study the mechanism behind it to actually achieve these gains right here, to make this look like this, to make this look like this, and this, and this, and so far, all the way back. So this graph will look like this at some point. This graph will look like this over here at some point. That is the nature of the way this thing moves if you look at it on a log graph. And again, I don't have the data from 2019. Kindly requesting anybody that finds it, send me a link and just say, hey, go here from now on to get the data, so you don't have to spend all your time looking up the data. Sounds archaic, right? But I spend a lot of time just in this podcast alone looking at data. So here's Bitcoin price against NIM. Look at this. Now tell me that is not crazy, 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 crazy. That is insane, guys. That shows you the possibility right here. Shows you huge possibility. I can't stress to you enough what this can do for your portfolio to keep you interested. Again, I need to buy some NIM. I'm not even buying any, and I'm just sitting here telling you guys to buy it. There's opportunities also, like I said, in Bitcoin Cash. It's a little more easy to get to. Probably buy it off, Coinbase or something like that. Ethereum Classic, there's a lot of interest there. That's an old chain, guys. It's been around for a while. It's split with Ethereum, Vitalik and all his people, and they went on with Ethereum. Ethereum Classic's still there. There's still people, on it and slowly developing it, just like all this stuff. Slowly developing it, slowly like an inchworm. Even Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin hasn't been updated with a block size. They were going to do SegWit. Go back and look at SegWit on 99 Bitcoins to see how they write the news based on what's going on with the nature of the beast. Very important, guys. So where are we at here? What was I looking at? 7-day of this? I forget what I'm even doing here. Oh, so I was looking at the USD. So I changed it to USD and adding like 30 seconds of freezing time. And so remember that graph we just looked at with Bitcoin price against NIM? And again, losing more time to technology. It's so ironic. But this NIM creature right here, this digital, it's totally different, right? Looks totally different. So different. And I would almost bet you that NIM is not going to only exceed the all-time, maybe go to $3, $4, but it's going to take a big dip afterwards. It's going to go right back up. There's a lot of confusion on what's going on here. A lot of confusion. We're not just NIM. Maybe not so much NIM because NIM's been around for so long, and they might take opportunities with other coins that are on like Binance more, and like well, NIM's on Binance, but have to send their coins off to another exchange that maybe doesn't support like where they buy it. That's a lot of the problem too, because there's this lag time with the exchange to approve your identity. Even the exchanges that don't have identity approvals sometimes don't offer the tokens you want. So it's kind of like this double-edged sword. Anyways, guys, I don't know. This is pretty fun. It's been entertaining for me, and I hope maybe you learned something. And shoot me a comment, or like I said, just send me that graph. I'd love to get a graph. That would be awesome if somebody could just send me a real good link to a graph of whatever they use and send me that. I'm out for now, and I can't think of anything else. So maybe we'll talk again, guys and girls. Later.